My favorite movie studio is Studio Ghibli. It has been ever since I saw My Neighbor Totoro and Princess Mononoke. Those are the first two that I ever saw from that studio. So when they were starting to bring out through Shout Factory these steelbooks this year in 2020, I absolutely had to pre-order these two immediately and Spirited Away, which is my wife's favorite that she's seen so far and one of my favorites, and that comes out in December. When these first two came, then, which I had done a video on these two before, Amanda was really excited about them too because they look fantastic and she enjoys them and she wants to finish watching through the Studio Ghibli library because she hasn't seen very many of them. And she just said, like, well, you know, we are getting these on Blu-ray and DVD anyway, and we hadn't really picked many up yet. We've been watching them on DVD, or I have a video CD or Laserdisc or VHS or whatever. Hadn't really picked up any of the Disney released DVD Blu-ray combos yet. I think the only one we had so far was My Neighbor Totoro. And she's like, well, if we're getting these anyway, why don't we stick with completing the Steelbook editions as they're coming out, these new ones that are coming out. And so we went ahead and started doing that. And we'll be doing unboxings of these as they come in because we're going to be caught up and then getting the two more that are coming out before the end of this year. And hopefully the line continues and eventually goes through most, if not all, of the Studio Ghibli library. I really hope in like 2021 and 2022 that they finish up at least most of them, or at least more of the more well-known ones. That would be fantastic. But the next one that we got in our collection was a little bit harder to get than some of the other ones, and that's pretty typical for this movie because it always seems to be kind of begrudgingly released by release studios because it doesn't quite fit the mold, especially when Disney took control of the distribution of Ghibli films in the US for quite a while. You'll see the older versions, say Princess Mononoke has like Miramax on it, and then eventually it prints it out again and it comes out as a Disney. And then the one that's always kind of left behind, it gets released and it's smaller numbers usually and things, is Grave of the Fireflies. And I understand why, because it doesn't quite always fit the image, I guess, that especially a company like Disney would have with being more family friendly. Princess Mononoke too, but not quite to the same extent. But yeah, Grave of the Fireflies is a deeply depressing war movie. And it's one of the studio's best, but it's definitely one that is a little bit of a different style to it. It's one it's not really going to be just a family fun adventure in any sense of the word. So it's one of the best ever, but I can see why it's not one of the most popular, especially in certain studios releasing them. So I was very happy to see this got the Steelbook treatment, and it was one of the earlier ones. And I do like the cover of this one here. Of course, you have on the back all the information, the special features, new English dub, storyboards for Grave of the Fireflies, deleted scenes, and the Japanese theatrical trailer. This really is one of the best war movies ever made. I genuinely think, even competing with the very best of live-action war movies, this is one of the best ever. It's an absolute classic, and one that I think just, you know, as I said, for certain reasons, doesn't quite get the mentions all the time. And it's one with the Disney line. This is the only one that didn't get a DVD Blu-ray combo release, just a Blu-ray by itself. It always seems like it's given just kind of like second string release, but I was happy to get this one, and this is one again that I think is going to end up being more expensive in the future anyway, so it's definitely one of the first ones to grab. And we'll be doing an unboxing of these as they come out because we have more coming in the mail very soon. We've had some eBay gift cards to use, and we used those to try and kind of catch up with these releases, as these are the first two that I got when they very first were released. My Neighbor Totoro and Princess Mononoke. This backing here, I know some people like to keep these, but for steelbooks, I just don't. They're just a flimsy piece of paper. I already know the information. I bought the movies, so I don't, I bought it for these reasons, so I always take these off, and it interferes with the artwork anyway on the back. It's kind of a thing with like Laserdisc with Obi strips, how a lot of people get ticked off that I don't give a crap about them, and I don't particularly buy a version just because it has the Obi on it. But same thing with those on steelbooks, I always just kind of get rid of those. And inside we have the disc, same artwork as in most releases. Over here, like I have a standalone DVD, it's the exact same artwork. I love that image there. I actually think that's superior than this. I do like with these, though, I'll mention that a lot of these in North America, at least, is different in every region, but a lot of these have had the exact same cover designs since VHS, and they've never changed. So it's cool to have something a little different on some of these. So there's the disc. And then we'll remove this as well. Take a look at the inside. So, beautiful movie. Another gorgeous release. I really, really love these. And this is our third one here. You'll see another one of these coming up soon with some more. And we'll keep adding to the collection and slowly but surely doing, you know, the Pokemon, gotta catch them all here with the Studio Ghibli steelbooks.